Dr. Stan?
Hey.
Hey, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for letting me do this and share what some of these products have done for me. I've always been a healthy person. In 2015, I was in my 34th year as being a police officer, and I was also competing professionally on horses and barrel racing in the sport of rodeo, and everything was going fine. But I'm going to be really candid with you. I elected to have a little surgery in 2015 so that I could reduce my breast because I'd already had 3 shoulder surgeries, and everything hurt when I was trying to ride my horses or getting on my tractor. And so I had the breast reduction done. My doctor told me, he knew I was a police officer, and he said, well, I'm going to make you sexy at 60, and I'll just throw in some liposuction, and everything will be great. And I was ready, to have the surgery, had the day surgery, and was planning on going back to work in 8 days. But when I came back to my doctor the first time, he told me that my left breast was a bit infected, and I remember him not culturing it or not doing any tests, but he gave me some medicine and sent me home. And now, looking back, I think that he thought that I had staph infection. But a week later, I was still not well. My friend took me to the doctor again to see him. She had to take me in a wheelchair because I was so weak I couldn't even walk. When I got into his office, my blood pressure was 76/41. I was in septic shock. I was in renal failure and kidney failure, and I had 104 fever. And that night, he put me in the hospital. They couldn't even get an IV started because all of my veins had collapsed. What happened was he decided to put me in a coma to try and see what was wrong with me because my body was literally eating itself. And for 4.5 days, I was in a coma where he took me every day to surgery to try and stop all of this infection that was just eating my torso. After those 4 days, in fact, at one time, he called my family in to tell me that he didn't think I would make it the next day. My family finally fired that doctor and sent me to another hospital. I was a teaching hospital, and I had 4 teams of doctors there, and they found out that I had a rare infection called pyoderma gangrenosum, which is pretty much what it sounds like. It does eat the body and it just goes wild. They had me on antibiotics, but what we found out was that the pyoderma gangrenosum didn't respond to antibiotics, and I was given massive doses of steroids from then on out. It took me 8 months to get to where I could put clothes on and even get up. I was in the hospital for 42 days, and I was in rehab for 10 days. 42 days where they had to come in every day and stick gauze into the areas where this pyoderma had eaten inside my whole torso and under my arms. And I had to learn how to do that without the IV medicine, pain medicine. So today, we go up to today in 2019, and I still have chronic pain. I still have issues with this because all of the nerves and the scars in my torso had all joined together, and then they adhered to my muscle wall. So anytime I would reach for something, or if I turned my body wrong, or if I picked up something using my muscles, my chest muscles, or my belly muscles, it just hurt like terrible crazy. When Patty Patterson told me about these nano cards, I was ready. I was ready for anything. And I got them that day, and by the nightfall, I took them out of the box, and I thought, I remember her saying, you can cut this credit card, because it looks like a credit card. You can cut this credit card in half and put one underneath each of your feet. And I thought, well, I'm just going to do that tonight and see what happens. And during the night, I usually get up, and I have to stand up real easy. I have to hold on to my dresser. I have to hold on to the chair in my bathroom just to get to the bathroom and back. And I'm going to tell you, Dr. Stan, that very night, I stood up and I walked into my bathroom and walked back to my bed without any help from anything because those nano cards were underneath my feet. Right now, this is changing my life. I'm not pain-free yet, but I will tell you, with the nano cards, this is wonderful. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this, and I won't ever be without them.
Wow. Powerful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is incredible. Now, Mr. Edward Gary. Edward Gary.
Dr. Stan. Yes, sir.
Hey, champ. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my testimonial. And actually, it was right on time, Doc. I know it's been a while, but I was actually involved in an explosion on yesterday, a fire. And just a miracle that we're able to even be here to share tonight. But I heard a gentleman earlier talk about the 200diseases.com website, and I would encourage everyone that's on this call tonight to begin to share this with people. It's information on there that literally could save a person from having a serious condition. I was burnt. But because of that site, I was able to get a home remedy to apply to the burns where there was no skin loss, just a little bit of webs today. But the pain was so excruciating that I didn't know what to do. And I went to that site immediately and saw a remedy for burns and was able to apply that. But I just want to share about these amazing products. My family and I, my wife in particular, we have all of the products, each and every one of them, and we've been using them for about 5 or 6 months now. And my wife and I have great testimonies about the results we've gotten personally. My wife was on high blood pressure medicine, prednisone because of lupus and just some other medications, and we began to use these products, and within a week, those medications were no longer needed by her. And I've had tremendous results myself with the hydration drops, the Vitalize, the Silver. I love them all. But I have a 14-month-old granddaughter that was born. She was a pound and 6 ounces when she was born. And she's had a lot of conditions medically because of her being so small. And so, however, about a week ago, she's just dealing with a lot of constipation. It's very difficult for her to be able to have a bowel movement. And I began to read a little bit about one of the products, in particular, the Sciaga. And we simply began to give her the Sciaga, and she loved the taste of it. And now she's able to have a free, smooth bowel movement without screaming and hollering. Just wonderful results. So, these are amazing products. I thank God for the company, for John Austin, the vision that God gave him. Thank God for you, Dr. Stan, the passion that you have to spread this good news about these products literally around the globe, for literally all of those that's a part of this. So I'm just thankful to be able to share this opportunity. This is my testimony tonight. So with that being said, Doc, we give it back to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Wow, powerful, powerful. And I know your wife was actually with the problem she had with lupus, but then able to run up and down in the church. I remember you talking about that, and that's a breakthrough. And so, folks, we're talking about when you give the body what the body needs, the body can do what God designed it to do, according to Psalm 103, verse 3, who healeth all thy diseases. So for the Christian, for the kingdom-minded person, things are different. So thank you.